Well, come to Politics News.
Is there anything that the Prime Minister has done that's making it more difficult or easier to
No, I think he's a great Prime Minister. I mean, he could represent me anytime. I will tell you, I'm not saying that because he's here. No, he is a very strong, very good leader. He's a nice man, but he could be nasty. He could be very nasty. Maybe as nasty as anybody.
How?
I think Canada, let me put it this way, I can tell you this because I deal with lots of leaders all over the world. He is a world-class leader. He's a man that knows what he wants, and I'm not surprised to see that he won the election and won it substantially, and I would think he's more popular now. He's a good man. He does a great job, and he's a tough...
It happened right in front of the world's cameras, inside the White House briefing room. A moment no one expected. Donald Trump, a man known for his brashness and reluctance to praise others, called Mark Carney a world-class leader. Not a lightweight, not a soft negotiator, a world-class leader. That single sentence, one Trump has rarely used for any foreign figure, could go down as one of the most defining diplomatic moments of the decade. This wasn't about flattery. It was an acknowledgement of respect, power, and victory. For years, Trump had used tariffs, threats, and pressure as weapons of negotiation. But Carney never blinked. He stayed calm, strategic, and firm, and that patience paid off. The same president who once mocked Canada's trade position now said Canadians would be very happy with the deal, a diplomatic reversal broadcast live to the world.
I'd like to know how come the UK and the European Union succeeded to sign deals and bring the tariffs down, and Canada still hasn't been able to do the same?
Yeah, because they're not located right next to each other. It makes it, in many cases, it's much better and easier. But
yeah, and if I may, let's be clear about the relationship as it stands right now. We are the second largest trading partner of the United States. We do a lot of trade going across the border where we're cooperating, first thing. Secondly, we are the largest foreign investor in the United States. $500 billion in the last 5 years alone, probably $8 trillion in the next 5 years if we get the agreement that we expect to get. Thirdly, there are areas, as the President just said, where conflict, maybe not so much conflict, we compete. There are areas where we compete, and it's in those areas where we have to come to an agreement that works. But there are more areas where we are stronger together, and that's what we're focused on. And we're going to get the right deal for America, right deal, obviously, from my perspective, for Canada.
When the spotlight turned to Carney, his brilliance shone through. Asked whether Canada's slower movement on tariffs meant it was falling behind, Carney calmly dismantled the premise. He reminded everyone that Canada is not a junior partner, but the anchor of North America's economic stability, responsible for billions in cross-border investment and millions of American jobs. In a few sentences, he transformed a defensive question into a declaration of strength and sovereignty. He didn't argue, he educated. He didn't deflect, he redefined. That's what separates leaders from politicians, and it's why the world increasingly looks to Ottawa, not Washington, for reason and authority. Subscribe to our YouTube channel Politics, turn on notifications.
Empty-handed, or will Canada be or will Mr. Carney be leaving Washington with a deal on tariffs?
I think they're going to be very happy. We have a lot of things that we're working on that people don't talk about. They talk about, competitiveness. She's a very competitive person. And they talk about things that we don't necessarily agree on. But I think they're going to walk away very happy. I think so.
Mr. President, what is Canada giving you in return? If you say Mr. Carney is going to be leaving Washington happy, what's Canada giving you in return?
Well, you'll find out. But I think the people of Canada, they will love us again. Most of them still do. If you say only 25%, I assume a lot of them. I think.
Then came the headline moment. The same Donald Trump who once boasted that he didn't need Canada turned to Carney and said, "I think the Canadians are going to be very happy." In that single line, Trump effectively admitted defeat, politely, diplomatically, but unmistakably. His tariff war had backfired, hurting American industries more than Canada's. Carney saw it, stayed the course, and never showed desperation. Now, the White House is selling the outcome as a success story, on Canada's terms. For Canadians watching, it was more than economic relief. It was validation that quiet confidence and principle-based leadership can triumph over bluster and intimidation.
And we've had a good relationship. We have some natural conflict, but we'll probably work that out. But we've had a very strong relationship, and your hosting of the various countries that showed up, that was a beautiful job you did, and I appreciate it very much. We're going to be talking about trade. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things. But in the meantime, we'll spend some time and we'll make some deals and we'll do some things that are good for both of our countries. And Mark, it's an honor to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. If I may, you kindly hosted me and some of my colleagues a few months ago, and I said at the time, you are a transformative president. And since then, the transformation in the economy, unprecedented commitments of NATO partners to defense spending, peace from India, Pakistan through to Azerbaijan, Armenia, disabling Iran as a force of terror, and now, and I'm running out of time, but this is in many respects the most important.
The merger of Canada and the United States.
That wasn't where I was going. On this solemn day of commemoration of the horrific attacks of October 7th, for the first time in decades, hundreds of years, thousands of years, this prospect of peace that you've made possible. Canada stands foursquare behind those efforts, and we'll do whatever we can to support them.
Thank you very much.
By the end of the press conference, the atmosphere had completely transformed. Trump and Carney, once adversaries, exchanged open praise. Carney commended Trump's defense and trade efforts. Trump called Carney a tough negotiator and a great leader. But beneath the smiles lay strategic diplomacy. Carney gave Trump the recognition he craved while ensuring Canada's interests remained firmly protected. That's real statesmanship, diplomacy at its most elegant and effective. The world saw Canada not as a quiet neighbor, but as a central power shaping Western trade and policy. Carney's resolve, his partnership with Danielle Smith, and his refusal to be bullied have made Canada a voice of reason and leadership on the global stage.